Hello everybody, it's Brian for GadgetUnit.com, and in this video I'll be taking a look at my Windows 10 desktop setup, mainly because I don't have any other video plans and I don't want this channel to completely die, so here is another video. In terms of computer specs, here they are using Squeaky. I have an Intel Core i7-2600K, stock clock of 3.4 GHz, but I do have that OC'd to 4 GHz. I'm using 16 gigs of RAM. I have four 4 gig sticks using the MSI Z68A GD80 motherboard that I've had for almost 5 years already. I have two displays. I have my 24-inch Acer P244W running at 1920 by 1080 at 60 Hz, as well as a 48-inch JVC TV running at the same resolution and pretty much the same refresh rate. I'm using the Intel HD Graphics 3000 integrated GPU for the TV, and my video card, which is an overclocked Sapphire 7950, is used for my main Acer display. Crossfire obviously disabled because I only have one AMD video card. Like I said, that is overclocked. I think the stock clock is 925 for the core and 1250 for the memory. But with my overclock, which just reset itself because I hit the reset button, I figured you would have to hit the reset button and then apply that. And I apparently never saved my preset, but this is pretty much where I have everything. So I went from 950 to 1125 for the core, and the memory was wherever it was before, all the way up to 1575 megahertz. So it's a pretty sizable overclock, and it's been stable for the most part ever since I got the device. I have 3 disk drives. I have my 1 terabyte Seagate Barracuda that has been here for 5 years, or just about. I also have a Kingston HyperX 3K 120 gig SSD in addition to a 200 gig Seagate 600 Pro SSD. Nothing really going on in terms of the audio department, and I do have a basic light-on DVD drive, which has also been here for a very long time. So I'm not using any sort of fancy insider build, just the basic public build of Windows 10 Pro 64-bit. So here's my desktop. Squeaky clean, as you can see. The only icon here is the recycle bin, and because my desktop is clean does not mean that I have stuff scattered everywhere else. I do have everything neat and organized into a number of different locations. So going through the things that I have on my taskbar, pretty similar to what I have in my OS X dock for the most part. I have Firefox, the Windows 10 Mail app, Calendar for Windows 10, Fraps, Steam, Tweetium, which is my preferred Twitter client for Windows, at least for now. There are some better ones out there that I've noticed, but this one is just what I bought quite a while ago because it has tweet marker support for both Windows Phone and Windows 10, so that's the reason why I've stuck with this. Spotify, Photoshop, Sony Vegas, Audacity, Skype, Sling Player, VMware, Next PVR, Qi Volume, as well as OBS, which is what I'm using for recording this video. Sling Player is currently showing hockey, which is at intermission. VMware has my El Capitan virtual machine, which I primarily use for Tweetbot, as well as iMessage. iMessage works just fine inside of this virtual machine. So that includes iMessage conversations as well as text messages. And because I have a few drives from the actual host mounted inside of the virtual machine guest, I can, if there's, for example, a game screenshot that I take and I want to send to somebody either through iMessage or SMS, or in this case an MMS, I can just go into one of these folders. Since I have these planted here in my dock, I can go find the file that I want to send, drag it into iMessage and send it just like I would on my MacBook Air. So iMessage works just fine. I currently have it minimized since it's my own conversations. And that's what I use VMware Workstation for here on my desktop PC. And Qi Volume is what I use for manually selecting which audio output I want certain applications to use. So for example, Sling Player, I don't want it to output to my default desktop speakers. I want it to output to my TV. And this program allows you to easily do that. A lot of applications aren't supported when using this, but a lot are. Fortunately, all the ones that I use are, except for Firefox. Sometimes I want to watch something that's only available on a website, so that's what I have Opera for, because this, for whatever reason, is the only web browser I have that's compatible with Qi Volume. I wish this application was updated more often, but unfortunately that's just not the case. But it does work for the most part for what I want to use it for. Great application for manually selecting audio outputs for certain applications. It's very handy for that stuff. Let's see. Here's my start menu. I don't really go into this too often. For 95% of what I use my computer for, everything that I have in my dock pretty much covers that. Sometimes I'll go into all apps, but I really don't go into here too often. You can slow down the video if you want to see what I have here. But for the most part, if there's something that I want to quickly find, I'll just type it into here. For example, we'll do Internet Explorer. I'll just type in internet, and there it is. If we go over to my tray area, there's of course the safely remove hardware and eject media option, the Realtek HD Audio Manager, something similar for the THX Audio, the iCloud icon, MSI Supercharger for charging devices faster using my front USB ports, the Bluetooth icon. The only Bluetooth device that I use currently is a few new devices I've never seen before. It must be from somebody else around me, but I do have the iWave 30-pin to Bluetooth audio adapter that I took a look at quite a while ago. The next PVR device status icon, the Intel HD graphics icon, which isn't really useful for me. TeamViewer, of course, Qi Volume, the AMD Radeon settings. I have a few security cameras in my apartment, which are fed directly into the software that it came with, so that's recording whenever there's any motion. Plex Media Server, MSI Afterburner, Yandex, as well as windowed borderless gaming. Also, there's Spotify, Skype, Steam, Fraps, the default network icon, the audio icon, as well as the notification center, in addition to the date and the time. That is pretty much it with my setup here. I don't really know what else to show you. It's a pretty clean, simple, efficient, and straightforward setup. And this is how I've been using computers for a very long time, as you've seen on my OS X devices, as well as my previous Windows devices. I haven't installed a new copy of Windows on this computer since Windows 10 came out, so this is the same copy that I've had installed for many months. And so far there's nothing wrong with it at all to where I would want to do a clean install like I'll occasionally sometimes do. So that is it with this video. If there are any comments, questions, suggestions, or feedback about this or anything else, feel free to leave everything down below in the comments area. But that's it with the video. So thanks a lot for watching, and I'll talk to you all in the next video.